Nick Tammaro back here on Downs After Dark, and we've made our way high atop the grandstand up to the announcer's booth, where I am joined by my friend, my race calling mentor, Travis Stone. Travis, Downs After Dark, plenty exciting.
It is. It's, we've had some nasty weather last 2 days here in the Ville, but the races stayed pretty well intact, and it'll be a fun night. It always is.
So, race calling at night versus the day. You obviously cut your teeth in the game calling during the day. What is calling under the lights like? Does it present some new challenges? Do you have a preference?
The silks at night light up a little bit better. The colors pop. The problem here is that if you have lights on behind you in the booth, they can reflect off the window, so you got to keep the lights dark in here. So if you have to cheat a little bit, look at your program, it can be a little bit on the dark side. But for the most part, I enjoy it. It's a little bit different because they look different at night than they do during the day. There's a little bit of shine on the silks, but really the colors popping is the big difference.
So we've all seen over the years your programs colored for the Derby. That is something you do on a regular basis, right? How frequently do you find yourself looking down, stealing a peek?
Early in the night, not very often. As the night wears on, any day wears on. Later in the day, you get a little bit more brain fog, a little tired. So maybe once or twice, maybe 3 times if you're just uncertain about somebody. You just want to verify. I think many of us that call races will look down late in the race, make sure we just have the right horse in front. Nobody wants to make a mistake.
It's always a bit of a pensive worry as you look down and make sure it's the right horse you've been calling all the way around there.
Oh, yeah. And then when you think you've made a mistake or you're uncertain, the rush of angst in your body is unlike any other. And then you realize, well, that wasn't that bad, or, maybe not, whatever. But no, it's not fun.
Luckily, the euphoria of finding out you're right is good enough to overcome any of the angst led up to that point. So we've got a couple of graded stakes on the card, including the ACAC, a win and you're in for the Breeders' Cup. Scratch down just to 4, but those are always fun to call, I would imagine, knowing that these horses have some bigger objectives down the line.
Yeah, and I'm a big Cagliostro fan. I actually bet him up in Saratoga. That went well right off the rip when he stumbled coming out of the gate. I thought he ran very well earlier in the year here. 4-horse fields aren't fun to call because you got to find a lot of filler. You can't just keep whipping through the field. That would be boring. But no, it'll be a good race.
And the Lucas Classic later on, for people like us our age, we grew up watching Wayne Lucas win in $1,000 suits left and right. So having a race named for him, I still think is pretty cool. Disarm is a horse we both have some affinity for. He looks like a main contender in there.
I think it's time for Disarm to step up. I thought after the Derby and his 3-year-old year, Steve Asmussen is so good at developing 3-year-old horses into their later years. This horse hasn't moved forward enough yet, though. This feels like the spot where he's supposed to do. So who knows if he's good enough to go on to the Breeders' Cup. Maybe he's more of a Clark horse for now. But I would say put up or shut up time for Disarm.
It'll be fun to see for sure. An 11-race card. We're rolling on just a few minutes now from the early part of the card. Travis, thanks so much. Good luck the rest of the night.
My pleasure. Enjoy.
Good luck to all of you. Make sure you're playing along with us at twinspires.com.